Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So in today's pick a card reading, we're going to be finding out what the next development is that you can expect to happen in your love life. You can watch this reading regardless of what your relationship status may be at the time of watching. There are going to be some personalized messages in each group, whether you're single or in a relationship, or you have a specific person in mind or you don't have a specific person in mind, and there will be timestamps if you'd like to skip over any of those messages that don't apply to you. And as well, of course, there are going to be general messages for everyone in the group where we look at what events you can expect to unfold. So there are 4 groups to choose from today. With each group, we're going to be using a different tarot deck. And I also have these little cupcake shaped chocolates on top of each to help you pick. And I'm going to show you a random card from each deck so that you can get a sense for what the artwork looks like. As always, there's a few different factors to help you choose your group. So without further ado, let's get a close-up look at each of your options. For my group number 1s, we have this cupcake with pink frosting, and we're going to be using the Likely Tarot. And your card is the Queen of Wands. For my group number 2s, we have this cupcake with purple frosting, and we're going to be using the Serpentfire Tarot. And your card is the Ten of Swords. For my group number 3s, we have this cupcake with yellow frosting, and we're going to be using the Atla Tarot. And your card is the Fool. And for my group number 4s, we have this cupcake with white frosting, and we're going to be using the Yōkai Tarot. And your card is the Queen of Swords. Okay, so just in case you need a bit more time to pick, here are all of your options laid out side by side so that you can compare them and see which one is calling to you the most. As always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number 1s. So if you guys chose the pink cupcake and the Likely Tarot, which we're gonna use a bit later, this is going to be your reading all about the next development in your love life. So just to make sure that this is your group, I wanna look at these oracle cards to represent your current energy. I want to see messages about your current energy towards your love life, but there may just be some general messages about your energy here as well. So if this sounds like you, then that will be your sign that you found your group. So your first card is Dragonfly Spirit. My eyes are going straight to that number 22. Also 44 on the camera timer as I show this card. So repeating 2s or repeating 4s could be significant to this group. Dragonflies could be a significant sign. I also want to say Year of the Dragon, which the last Year of the Dragon we had was 2024. If something significant happened in your love life in 2024, that could also be a sign that you found your group, or like someone born in the Year of the Dragon is significant. And on this card, it says, Truth transcends illusion. We have another number 22. That's crazy. We have 2222 showing up. That could also be someone's age or the year 2022. Definitely be on the lookout for repeating 2s. All right, so this card says captivity. I understand that captivity gives rise to profound introspection. We have World Maker is only job in the final future. And we have First House with Arrival. Okay, I feel like it makes a lot of sense that your random card, which was probably not so random in the intro, was the Queen of Wands, because this I just saw 222 again. What is going on? This card, something about the vibe of this card just reminded me of the Queen of Wands and the keyword arrival. It's like you're about to make a grand entrance into the world or into someone's life. You're about to introduce yourself or reintroduce yourself. I'm seeing this visual of you walking into a room confidently and being like, here I am. This is who I am. Take it in. And you know you're the shit. That's the feeling that I'm getting. That could be a metaphor, again, for you like reinventing yourself or entering into someone's life or re-entering. Or you could be literally walking into a new space and commanding attention. I definitely feel like this next era, you're gaining a lot more confidence and really learning how to command a room and command attention. And you have some kind of magnetic, irresistible energy about you. Like people can't keep their eyes off you, or someone specific can't keep their eyes off you. You're no longer hiding. You're seeing the truth of who you really are. If this is your group, you've probably had quite a skewed self-perception because insecurities and borrowed narratives from society or from others were really clouding your judgment and making you feel like you are not the shit when you in fact are. And so I feel like you are going through and have been going through a pretty amazing personal transformation where you're finally embracing your strengths and your gifts and the things that make you amazing. And you're just refusing to hide away. You're refusing to hide away. You're refusing to put yourself down, to view yourself as smaller or less worthy. You're just refusing to do that. You're not going to continue those narratives anymore. It's springtime when I'm filming this, but regardless of when you're watching this, you could really feel like you're entering into a spring season in your life. I'm taking this captivity card to be a message about stuckness. So maybe you've been feeling stuck, my group number ones, and that could be literally like you've been stuck at home or not free to make the moves that you've wanted to make, take the actions that you've wanted to take. You could be stuck due to some rules or restrictions or physical barriers, but this could also be more spiritually, like you've been feeling stuck in your progress towards a goal or towards a manifestation, kind of feel like, okay, nothing's happening. No matter what I do, I can't really seem to get things moving in this specific area of my life. Maybe this is related to your love life. It's just like nothing's happening. Okay, I'm gonna go within. This message with the twos as well, because 2 is the number of the high priestess, very much related to the inner world, to going within. So there's almost this feeling, you've been in this energy of, okay, well, nothing's really moving in my outside world. So I guess we're just gonna go within and build our inner world. I feel, yeah, like with World Maker and this globe, you've been building such a rich and detailed inner world and identity inside yourself. And I feel like this is spirit saying, okay, it's time to give birth to this world now and this identity that you've been crafting inside yourself. Now it's time to move. Now it's time to take all this beauty that you've cultivated and all this wisdom that you've cultivated inwardly, and now it's time to turn it outward and introduce your new self to the world, or reintroduce yourself to someone. It's time to show people or show someone what you've been working on, how you've been growing and changing inwardly. I'm also thinking of the Hermit card. I'm thinking of the High Priestess and the Hermit because I feel like this has been your energy. And those are energies that are very spiritually wise, but they're like very chill and mellow and turned inward. And now it's almost time to, this sounds really weird, but like flip yourself inside out. Everything that you've been processing internally, everything that you've been growing inside of you, it's like you've been growing a beautiful garden inside of you. Oh my gosh, what did I just knock over? I just knocked over the horse. And we are in the year of the fire horse right now. Horses or year of the horse could also be significant for this group. But yeah, basically it's time to turn yourself inside out and be like, here I am. Here I am, everyone, or here I am, specific person, and here is the world that I've been building, and here is who I've been becoming, and I'm so proud of it. And I'm not going to hide it away anymore. Like, you're not just manifesting your wishes, you're kind of manifesting the world and the whole reality that you want to live in, and how the world and people respond to you. And I just feel like over the past months and years, your self-concept has become so healthy and strong and sparkly and shiny. It's lovely. It's lovely to witness, even if it's just through these cards. 39 could also be a significant number for some of you, or 93, I want to say. But let's get into the personalized messages. So these are going to be based on your relationship status at the time of watching this. There's going to be 4 different categories. Of course, you can listen to all of them. There could very well be messages for you in all of these. But if you did want to skip any of them, there will be timestamps down below in the description and the pinned comment to do that. So the categories are, you are either currently single and you don't have any specific person in mind. You are single and you do have a specific person in mind. You are in a relationship, or you are in a kind of complicated situation. So like I said, feel free to listen to all of these. But if you really want to skip any of them, there will be timestamps down below to do so. So let's pull a card for those of you who are currently single and you don't have anyone in mind. We have the 3 of Abundance, which is the 3 of Pentacles. Your passions will lead you to your divine life purpose. Do what you love and have confidence in your talent. Learn everything there is to know about your interests by taking classes, getting a mentor, or teaming up with like-minded people. Allow your creativity to soar. Wow, okay, I feel like this card has a lot of hints about how you could be meeting someone. The 3 of Pentacles is the card that talks about teamwork and collaboration. So it could be through, honestly, I'm not getting a huge like work and professional vibe from the card in this deck specifically, although that could very well be the case for some of you if you resonate with like meeting someone at work or through your work or through a project that you are working on. That energy is definitely here. But this card in this deck seems to be focusing more on not specifically work, but just following your passions. Following your passions, developing your talents, and learning about your interests. So it could be, like this card says, you could be meeting someone through taking a class, through going to events where you know people have the same interests as you, collaborating on a project. Yeah, like this is giving mentor, collaborator, like-minded person, similar field of work, similar passions, similar skills and talents. So if you embrace your gifts and talents and you actively take steps to develop them, you are going to meet your person. This card has Capricorn energy, so you could be attracting a person with Capricorn placements. This is specifically Mars in Capricorn, but I feel like Capricorn placements in general could be significant, or someone who has a lot of placements or a dominant placement in your Mars sign. So for example, I'm a Mars in Leo. So if this is my reading, I could be manifesting a relationship with like a Leo placement person. Yeah. What about those of you who are single and you do have a specific person in mind? My group ones who are single with a specific person in mind. We have the Healer of Action, which I'm pretty sure this is the Queen of Wands, which is the same card that came out for you in the intro. Yeah, because there's the cat. There's the cat that we usually see on the Queen of Wands. I wonder if you or your person has a cat or a cat spirit who is close by. This is a time when you can do whatever you set your mind to if your heart is open. Okay, that definitely feels like, for those of you who have a specific person in mind, I feel like this is your spiritual team sort of showing a green light when it comes to manifesting within this connection or moving forward within this connection. You can do whatever you set your mind to if your heart is open. You're being asked to do many things at once. You won't mind as long as you know you're making a difference. This card indicates someone who's loving, intelligent, passionate, and fun, which could definitely describe you. This person can handle difficult situations with grace. If you have a specific person in mind, I'm kind of thinking back to that theme of reintroduction that was coming out quite a bit in the first part of the reading, where I think, like, I don't know how long you've known this person, but I feel like you're not the same person you were when you first met. And they're not the same person either. This is kind of a dramatic message, and maybe it's just for some of you, but I heard to like throw something out the window, like first impressions, any sort of baggage or difficulties from the past. I feel like they just don't apply anymore. It's like you have to re-meet each other after this significant period of growth that you have both been through. I think that you need to have an open heart towards yourself and the ways that you have changed. But I also feel like your person is not exactly the same person as they were before. And there's something about you giving yourselves grace and giving each other grace as you kind of get to know each other again and understand the wants and needs and expectations of yourself and each other. Some of you could be seeing your person again after a long time of not seeing each other, or you're having a more deeper interaction after a long time of more surface level interactions. So for example, like it's been like months since you've had a heart to heart and really, talked about life and talked about your feelings. There's an intimate interaction, which honestly, when I first said that, my thought was emotionally intimate, but there could be physical intimacy involved for some of you in the next interaction. But okay, I'm hearing like we needed this. It's been a very long time. We needed this. We needed this quality time and moment of connection. We were starting to feel disconnected to each other. And there's this wonderful realization of, yeah, things have changed a lot. Our lives have changed. The world has changed maybe. We've kind of changed as people, but our connection and the comfort that we feel when we're together is the same. So you or your person could even look different, whether that's just because time has gone by or you did something to change up the way you look or they did something. But I feel like you and your person really just need a quality time and a catch up and a moment of intimacy together, whether it's definitely emotional, but whether that's emotional, physical, spiritual, all of the above, you just kind of need that with each other. I think it's going to be very healing. Like your card is literally the healer. So I think that's what this card is saying is next for you. For those of you who are already in a relationship, let's see what the message is for you. We have the Ace of Abundance, which is the Ace of Pentacles. I'm taking this very literally for the first interpretation that's coming to my mind, which is that you, your partner, or both of you could be getting rich in the near future or just receiving some kind of financial blessing. Maybe one or both of you is getting a raise, a promotion, a bonus. You're manifesting some blessing in your career or their career. I'm also seeing a situation where you and your partner are keeping each other in the loop with how things are going in each of your jobs, in each of your careers, and you're trying to kind of make goals together. So this is just one example to illustrate the energy. But it's like you're having these open discussions about, okay, you make this much, I make this much. As a team, we want to be making this much a month or this much a year so that we can travel this many times a year. We can travel to this country that we want to travel to, or we want to start a business together. So I'm thinking, okay, you work there for 6 more months and you save up this much money, and I'm gonna work for this many more months, and then you're gonna quit. And then it's like you're kind of making your plans together about building your finances to be where you want them. And maybe like you're planning to make a big purchase together. Some of you could be planning things around like your family, your future, your home, traveling, some kind of joint project that you want to do. You could be thinking more about your long-term future at this time, but you're kind of actively considering each other in your plans and teaming up. There could be, something could be finally materializing as well. Now, this is not necessarily money related, but it feels like a wish that you and your partner have had for a long time that just hasn't materialized. I'm hearing because it was just never the right time. So it was always just like a someday we'll do this, someday we'll manifest this. So it was a wish that stayed in your heart, but now it's time for that to materialize. It's time to become a physical reality. I think I didn't even read this card yet. Okay, it says, this cherub brings wonderful news. A windfall of resources comes your way to help you with your plans. Okay, yeah, literally. These resources may involve money, advice, or assistance in getting things done. It's a good time to start a new venture, change careers, or go into business for yourself. There may be important contracts to sign. You or your partner could even be changing jobs or like going into a venture together. But yeah, I think this is a period where you're really focused on like becoming wealthy together, becoming successful together, and materializing something that you've really wanted to materialize together. Keep up the good work. Okay. And then finally, we're gonna pull a card for those of you who are in kind of a complicated situation when it comes to your relationship status. I just am hearing, I think that's a helicopter. It could be an airplane, but I felt like it was doing a little bit of the kind of helicopter thing. Anyway. We have the Seven of Emotion. That makes a lot of sense. The Seven of Cups can talk about being overwhelmed. You know you need to make a decision and move forward, but you're not sure how. So some of you could be in like a should I stay or should I go kind of situation. This isn't going to be for everyone, but some of you could be like debating between different like romantic candidates, like you don't know who is the right type of person for you. Seven of Cups often just gives me this feeling of there's so much to consider and I don't know where to start. Now, this could indicate, for those of you who have a specific person in mind, it could indicate that they are currently unsure about what they want in their future. And that could definitely affect you, because it's like this person is either not choosing at all or they're not choosing with certainty. Their indecision and flip-flopping is impacting you. And that may not be something that resolves quickly and easily. You may kind of be stuck in this vague energy. Your angels are asking you to make an important decision that you've been putting off. So this is up to you. Like if you're waiting for someone to make a decision, I feel like this is your guide saying they're not going to make a decision anytime soon. I feel like you could be dealing with someone who is really unsure, who is flip-flopping, and they're not going to give you a clear answer. So it's like if you want a clear answer, you have to decide the answer yourself. Your angels are asking you to make an important decision that you've been putting off. If you're like waiting around to see if someone changes their mind, or like waiting around to see if someone will commit, waiting around to see if someone will come back, it could be a waste of time. It's likely you know which choice you should make, but you're procrastinating so you don't upset someone else. Ask heaven for guidance and then make the choice that celebrates who you truly are. I definitely feel like you have to give yourself the clarity and you have to give yourself the closure rather than making it dependent on what someone else does. And I think it's also important not to make choices based on hypotheticals. Like, oh, I'm going to choose to stay because what if things get better? What if things change? What if they finally choose me? What if they decide to be with me? I think the advice here is to make the decision based on how things are now, the reality of the situation, and how it has been for quite some time. Because I just feel like someone is going to stay in that vague, unsure, indecisive energy and not give you a clear answer. And that could end up wasting time, and maybe it already has. Make the choice that celebrates who you truly are. Make the choice that honors you, rather than making a choice based on what you think someone else might do, is kind of the vibe that's coming through. So, this is the end of the personalized messages. We're going to get into the timeline of events for the next developments happening in your love life. What's happening next for my group number ones? We have the Hierophant, the Ace of Wands, the Page of Wands, the King of Wands, and let's take the bottom of the deck as well. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. That was the card that came up for group 3 in the intro. So if any of you watching this were also drawn to group 3, this could be a sign that there is a message there for you as well. Your card that is closest to the moment you're in right now is the Hierophant. So I am feeling commitment with the Hierophant, but I feel like it's something that you are committing to when you take into consideration where you want to be in the long-term future. There's some decision that you're making that is not just about feeling better in the moment. It's not just about getting immediate pleasure or immediate relief, but it's about where do I want to be in my love life, in my relationships, or just in life in general, like a year from now or 5 years from now. And it may require being more practical or pragmatic to make this decision, not getting carried away with like intense longings of the moment, but thinking about what really makes sense for you and who you see yourself becoming. Okay, this is just one example to illustrate the energy. But let's say that you met someone who's like really, really attractive. Like you're just so attracted to them, but you know deep down that you guys are not compatible. Like your values don't match. Their vision for their future is not compatible with yours. Like if you're being so real about it, you know that you guys are not compatible. But that part of you that wants, and we all have this part, that wants the instant gratification and the immediate pleasure is like, oh my gosh, but they're so hot, and like, or I'm so drawn to them. I feel this like pull towards them, and you're like, you have this long arc with them, but you know that you're not going to end up with them in the end. I feel like the Hierophant is a decision that you're making where you put your foot down and you're like, you know what? No, like this is what I want for my long-term future. This is what I'm trying to build. And so I must choose things, people, experiences that are compatible with that and that are constructive and that bring me closer to that. And I feel like as you do that, you unlock a whole new kind of fun. I feel like a lot of you are maturing, and there may be a decision you're making that your ego or some part of you tries to tell you is boring, but it's actually going to unlock more fun for you later on. So this could be like committing to the person who, doesn't give you the big roller coasters and the big butterflies, but that you feel really safe with, and like you just feel warm and fuzzy and you know that you're an excellent match with them. This could be committing to, we were talking about this with the Three of Pentacles, committing to developing a skill, committing to a class, committing to a career path. That is going to be a pain in the butt sometimes, but that is going to open so many amazing doors for you in the future, and that is going to really make you who you want to be. This could even just be about your personal journey and like building your habits and building the life that is going to lead you to the right person. But I feel like this Hierophant, the way it's coming through in this reading, is challenging you not to fall back to the old familiar ways that keep you trapped. that keep you trapped in the old self or the old frequency that deep down you do want to get away from. I feel like this message wouldn't be coming up for you unless like you really did want to escape an old frequency or like an old way of being and really make a meaningful change in your life. And there will be some times where you like sacrifice comfort or sacrifice immediate excitement. But that you know, like, this is going to assure that I'm the person I want to be in a year from now or in 5 years from now. And okay, this is how I'm seeing the Ace of Wands. I'm just going to give another example. This would be like someone saying, I'm going to stop going out and partying. And in the moment they're like, oh, but that's so boring. But then instead of going out and partying, they're committing to their work. They're committing to building their business. And then they make a bunch of money. Now they can go on these big trips. And that is even more fun than partying would have been. So it's like if you delay the gratification, if you delay the pleasure, there will be even greater pleasures waiting for you in your long-term future. So this could be with regards to the partner you choose. Like if you make the right choice now, there will be even more pleasure and passion in the future versus like a quick flame in the moment and then it fizzles out. Or this could be choosing the lifestyle and habits that lead you to the right person and allow you to have an even more like rich and enjoyable life with them in the long-term future. I hope this is making sense, but I feel like there's a part of you that is maturing. And yes, things like longing and desire and sparks and chemistry, they are very important. This is not me saying that like those kind of things and like attraction is not important at all. Like you gotta be attracted to your person, but those things are not everything. They're not everything, and they don't carry the weight of a relationship. So if you're just chasing those things, you could end up getting nowhere. I feel like I see you with a partner who is quite like down to earth, hardworking, responsible, practical, but they know how to have fun when the time is right too. But the relationship is a steady burn rather than a roller coaster. That's the type of relationship that is coming to you. It's interesting, we've been talking about maturing. I didn't even think about this, but we have the Page of Wands and the King of Wands here, which you can see a literal growth arc from the Page to the King. I want to say that many of you are spoiling your inner child. I feel like you're going to get to do all of the things you want to do and give younger you everything they ever wanted. It just takes a little bit of responsibility right now and like a little bit of discipline right now. And I also think it's really important that you have a partner who like keeps you on track with your goals rather than taking you off the track. So in that example about partying, you're going to want a partner who encourages you to like stay home and do what you said you were going to do, not a partner who's like, oh, come on, like let's just go out and party just this once, just this twice, just this 3 times, who's kind of like taking you away from your habits. Maybe this is a message for those of you who are like, you're making a decision about whether you should stay in a connection or not, or like who is the right person for you. But I really feel like this future of you getting to live exactly the life you want. And I keep seeing you like going on these big trips and having freedom. You will sacrifice some moments of instant gratification now to have a lot bigger freedoms and bigger wealth in the future. And I feel like you have a choice. Like you have a choice to choose a partner that's gonna contribute to that, or choose a partner who, like, yes, there's some kind of intense longing and chemistry there, but they don't actually keep you on that path. Like, that's for some of you. If you and this person, like, this future is not set in stone. If you can choose the person who, like, buckles down and builds your long-term vision with you, or if you and your person can make that decision together right now, for those of you who are already with a person, it's gonna pay off hugely in the long-term future. Also, your Fool card, it's a butterfly coming out of a cocoon, and I feel like that matches so well with the first message that was like, you're reintroducing yourself to the world. This reading has this kind of overarching theme of you like locking the fuck in towards your dreams. And any decisions you make in your love life and just in your relationships in general, I feel like you being locked into your dream should be the like priority and the main pillar in your life. And decisions you make in your relationships have to work with that. That's what I'm seeing. Because your biggest commitment right now, it's you, it's who you're becoming, it's the dream that you're building. And the people in your life, they have to contribute to that. There's no room for like dramas with wishy-washy people wasting your time, or someone zapping your creative energy because you're so burnt out from thinking about them and worrying about the connection. There's no time for that. Like, we're locking in, we're building your dream right now. So if you're like confused what to do with a connection, it's like, I think you need to be honest with yourself. Like, does this person actively contribute to me building my dreams and becoming my best self? Can I see them building this dream with me in 5 years from now? Or shit, in 20 years from now, 30 years from now? Whatever you're building, whatever dream you're building right now is going to bring you success for the next like decades. I know that's dramatic, but it is. It's time. There's a time and place for dilly-dallying, and it's not now. Like, it's time for you to become who you've always known you can be, who you've always said you were going to become, who your inner child believes in you to become. That's who you prioritize in your decisions. We're certainly not prioritizing someone who can't even be sure about us. Just in case any of you have someone like that. Okay, sorry, my handwriting is quite messy, but based on the messages that we saw here, we're gonna go into the extended reading and we're going to see what will the relationship with your partner be like, or the relationship with your right person be like in 1 year from now. We're gonna get messages and advice from your person's higher self, and we're going to see significant timeframes, places, as well as signs and synchronicities to look out for pertaining to your love life. So if you'd like to join me in the extended, it's going to be linked down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. There will be options for just this one reading or a monthly membership where you can access all of the extended readings that go up every month. If you are considering a membership option, just be sure to read the description of the different levels so you know exactly what you're getting. But I'm super grateful to everyone who considers that option. If you're gonna leave the reading here, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And if you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my Instagram, my memberships, where you can watch all of the extendeds. You can also watch exclusive full-length pick a card readings for the members. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. And thank you so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your higher self, your person, their higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi number twos. So if you guys chose the purple cupcake and the Serpentfire tarot, which we'll be using a bit later, this is going to be a reading all about the next development in your love life. So just to make sure this is your group, I want to take a look at these oracle cards here. These are going to represent your energy towards love, but also just in general. So if what I'm describing here does sound like you, then that will be your sign that you found your group. The first card for my group twos is Wombat Spirit, be at home. Then we have, so this is like ungratefulness, and it says, I accept myself and am mindful to always do my best. We have, there is more where that came from. And we have solar calm with the keyword clarify. The numbers present here are 68, 21, and 16. So one or several of these numbers could be significant to you. And I kind of feel a similarity between these two images. We have the people stacked on top of each other going upwards, and the planets stacked on top of each other going upwards. I feel like if this is your group, you've been in an energy of personal growth, self-help, self-improvement, this kind of energy for quite some time. And I think the first thing your guides want to say to you is that it's okay to just stop and take in the view from where you are right now and just appreciate how far you've come and recognize that where you are right now is perfect. You may get trapped in this way of thinking of like, I haven't grown enough. There's always something else to improve. I need to better myself. I need to better myself, and kind of get stuck in that loop. And there's no room for moments of just being satisfied with who you are right now. I almost feel like this Wombat Spirit card is saying, come home to yourself. Just be with yourself right here, right now. Because this version of you is pretty amazing. And maybe, you know, you can always change, you can always grow, you can always evolve. But maybe the current version of you doesn't need improvements, doesn't need tweaks, doesn't need to do more or be more. Maybe you're just enough as you are right now. And because this is a love life reading, some of you may have some conscious or unconscious thoughts that go something like, you know, oh, I need to grow more in this way, or heal more in this way, or become this or become that in order to manifest love. And kind of miss a lot of the ways that you're already whole and complete and lovable and capable of manifesting and experiencing love right now. And I wonder if this card is hinting at how maybe you could like appreciate yourself more or give yourself more credit for who you already are and what you've already accomplished. Solar calm, I think, is when there's not a lot of activity happening on the sun. Like there's not a lot of solar flares, and I don't really know what the sun does, but there's not a lot of activity going on in the sun. And so it represents a time that is more chill and stable. If you're more knowledgeable in astrology, please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But that's what I think this card is representing. I think your guides and your higher self are First of all, they're telling you that you're ready. Like whatever it is that you want to experience, both in your love life and just in your life in general, the version of you that you are right now is perfectly capable and ready and worthy of experiencing that. I feel your energy as like wrapped up in a warm blanket. Like, let's just rest here. Let's just rest here and let's just feel at home in this version of ourselves. Because this version of myself is pretty damn amazing. And I have a lot to be proud of and I have a lot to give. And I don't need to strive for more to be like a match to my soulmate or a match to the love I'm manifesting. There may even be a part of you that becomes obsessed with the growth arc, like the journey of growing and improving. But you're ready for what you want. You're ready for it right now. Okay, so we are going to pull some cards for personalized messages. I'm gonna have timestamps down below if you want to skip any of these, but of course you're very welcome to listen to all of the messages here. There could very well be something for you in all of these. There's gonna be 4 different categories depending on your relationship status, and there will be personalized messages for each one. So there's gonna be those of you who are single and you don't have a specific person in mind. You're single and you do have a specific person in mind. You're in a relationship and you're in a kind of complicated situation. So those are the 4 personalized messages. We're gonna start with you're single and you don't have a person in mind. And again, timestamps will be in the description and the pinned comment if you wanted to skip any of these. My group 2s who are single and currently don't have a specific person in mind. We have the Messenger of Abundance, which is the Page of Pentacles. Wonderful news regarding your career. A new job, a promotion, or acceptance into an excellent school comes into your life. You might feel ready to do something that's challenging and fulfilling. This situation may involve someone who's fun to be around and sometimes mischievous. This person, who may be you, is youthful, optimistic, and very clever. So this can give us some hints about how you may be meeting someone through a new job, a promotion, or acceptance into an excellent school, not just any school, but an excellent school. I feel like you're about to receive something in your work or in your studies that is highly sought after. I'm kind of hearing like many people would kill to be in your position. Maybe you are selected for something that was highly competitive. A lot of people went for that spot, but you are the one who got it. Or I feel like there's luck involved in here, but it's not really luck because it's not random. You're manifesting it. I'm seeing Jupiter and Wheel of Fortune in my mind's eye. Things are taking a turn for the better. Your luck is taking a turn for the better, and you're just randomly getting lucky. There's something that you're applying for that you are qualified for, but it's still rare to get accepted. Some of you, there could be a situation where you are submitting something and it's not that you're not qualified for it, but it's just that there's so many submissions that you don't even know if yours is going to be seen. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. And you're getting noticed and you're getting selected for something. And it's this combination of, wow, you got lucky to be noticed, but you earned being chosen. So A new venture in your career or studies will likely lead to you meeting someone. This is kind of similar to group 1's message. I don't know if you guys were drawn to group 1, but you're ready to do something that's challenging and fulfilling. And I kind of want to go back to this energy and just say, whatever it is that you want, you are ready for it. There's these different beings on this card that represent different stages of growth, right? And wherever you are on this chain of beings, I feel like you tend to associate whatever you want to manifest with always the next version of you, the version who is one step ahead. So like if you're here on the chain right now, you feel like, oh, it's the next iteration of me. It's this one that's capable of everything I want to manifest. And then when you're here, you say, oh, it's this one who's capable of everything I want to manifest. And so it's always just out of reach. It's always the next version of you that you deem is capable and ready for everything. And I feel like love comes in the moment when you're like, I'm ready now. And if something feels challenging and a little bit overwhelming, that means I'm ready for it. If I didn't feel nervous at all to take this opportunity or to apply for this thing or to pursue this thing, if I didn't feel nervous at all, that would probably mean it's kind of already below me or like behind me because it's already fully in my comfort zone. In order to grow, I have to do that thing that is just outside of it. That feels a little bit challenging, but that feels natural. Like it's a natural progression from where I am right now. The one who's capable of what I want to manifest is not the next version of me, it's this one. When you realize that, that's when things start advancing, and that is when love comes in. So, and it doesn't have to be literally that you meet someone at school or at work, but for example, maybe you move to another town to accept a job or to accept a study opportunity, and your love lives in this new town. So you meet them after moving there. It's when you go through a life change in order to accept a work or study opportunity that I think love is going to come in for you. So let's see what's going on for those of you who are single and you do have a specific person. We have intuition and insight. So this is the moon card. Your intuitive abilities are very accurate right now, so you can trust your guidance to lead you in the right direction. So your intuition is correct about the connection on your mind, but it seems like you're doubting it right now. Or you're worried. You're like, what if I act on my intuition and then it was wrong? What if I act on my intuition and it doesn't turn out the way I'd hoped? So you have this deep knowing, but for now it's like you're just holding it inside of you and not acting on it out of fear of being wrong or fear of messing something up. Follow your own insights over the advice of others, and don't allow fear or worry to guide your way. It may be best to keep your secrets to yourself for now. Maybe there's certain things about this connection or about your experience of this connection that you can keep to yourself. Getting this, I know this is very ironic because I'm an outside person giving you a reading, but if you take in too much from the outside, it may just lead to further confusion and further self-doubt. Remember that at the end of the day, nobody can give you the perfect guidance because nobody is actually on your journey except for you. And at the end of the day, you have to take that guidance from your soul. For some of you, this could be a confirmation that you know, it's good to do a little like reading detox or divination detox every now and then, and just rely on your own inner voice. I love using external tools, using them right now. But it's good every now and then to just take some time and really strengthen that connection with your inner voice. And maybe that's what you need right now in order to navigate this connection. Because I feel like there's a truth about this connection that you know to be true deep inside of you. And readers and other people on the outside, they can get the gist of this truth, but they're never going to reflect it back to you with total accuracy. It's kind of like, imagine readers as photographers, and we're like taking your picture and showing it to you. So we are reflecting your truth back to you a little bit, but no, none of our cameras are going to capture you exactly as you are. No one's going to reflect the truth back to you totally as you feel it, because we're not you, and we're not living your journey, and we can't access your soul in the way that you can. So external confirmation and divination tools can be a good reference, but don't base the truth of the connection off of those. It's more like supplementary information, supplementary confirmation. You're the only one who can capture the full truth of it. And I think for the next steps on this journey, you're really going to have to just rely on your inner voice. For those of you who are currently in a relationship, we have the 8 of Abundance, which is the 8 of Pentacles. Right away, this is giving me the feeling that there's something you and your partner are working through right now so that you can be stronger together. You could be working through a conflict, but it doesn't feel necessarily like fighting. It's like we're working together to resolve this conflict. We are perfecting, for example, perfecting our communication with each other, perfecting our conflict resolution skills. You could be doing, this is maybe just for some of you, but you could be doing exercises together, like maybe you're going to therapy and like you're doing exercises that you learned in therapy. Or I know there's like apps and stuff that will give you prompts for getting to know your partner better and communicating with them better. You could be kind of doing some activity like that with them to strengthen your bond. This definitely feels like actively strengthening your bond and mastering the craft of being each other's partner. This is a time of learning and honing your skills. You may feel inspired to go back to school, take seminars on topics that fascinate you, or educate yourself on the healing arts. This is a good time to change jobs or make a career move. The key to success is in the details. Monitor your projects carefully. Individually, you and your partner could be in an energy of getting your shit together. And when I say that, I just mean taking stock of where you invest your energy and realigning it where necessary so that you are investing in things that get you where you want to go. So, and maybe you're helping each other with this practice of reflection. Am I happy with the way my life is right now? Am I happy with the job I'm doing? Am I happy with the people I keep in my company? Am I happy with my habits? Let me finally start that habit I've been talking about for months. Let me finally quit this habit. You could be kind of in an energy of improving your lives together, which is, it's very interesting how that ties into the initial message in the energy check, because you're always free to grow and evolve and change, but you always have to remember that you're not changing because the current version of you is bad. And you don't need to change to be worthy of love. And I wouldn't be surprised if making these changes alongside your partner reminds you of that. you know, encouraging each other to change while also reassuring each other, you're perfect and I love you just the way you are. One or both of you could be kind of busy for the next little while. And this is kind of a specific message, but don't beat yourself up if things get a little bit messy. For example, if, you know, there's some dishes left in the sink, or there's some unfolded laundry, or some unreplied messages, or you're not cooking as much and you're ordering in more to save time. Don't worry about those little things. I feel like it's a busy time and things will go back to normal. Things will calm down. Okay, for those of you who are in a complicated situation, we have the 9 of emotion, which is the 9 of cups. So the situation will turn out as you desire, and there's nothing to worry about. This is a magical time in your life when wishes are granted and dreams come true. It may seem that good luck is following you, but actually these happy times are your just reward for being a loving and wonderful person. Your angels are asking you to enjoy your life and have more fun. That's beautiful. There is a message coming through, and I want to be careful with this message because I don't want to say, we don't like spiritual bypassing here. I don't want to tell you to like, oh, if you're upset about something, just ignore it, like just don't address it. But there is something about, even in times of conflict or upset, if you approach it with an optimistic mindset, that can go a long way. If you stay in a mindset of gratitude and compassion for the other person and trying to assume that they have positive intentions rather than jumping to the conclusion of the worst case scenario. That was kind of a clunky sentence, sorry. But like jumping to conclusions that it must be the worst case scenario. Rather than doing that, assuming, oh, everything's okay. Assuming good intentions and assuming a positive outcome in the face of unknowns. So this is less about painting over upset with toxic positivity and more like, if there's something that I don't know, let me assume that things are better rather than worse. And if you operate from that place and keep optimism, compassion, and gratitude, a little bit of those will go a long way and things will turn out well. But the main thing to remember here is that you will get the outcome you desire and there's nothing to worry about. Okay, so now we're gonna look at a timeline of the next developments with the deck that you chose. What is next in my group 2's love life? We have the 4 of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Wands. We have the Page of Pentacles. And we have the King of Cups. And we're also going to take the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck is the Magician. So this is kind of the overarching energy of this spread. And this definitely feels like, I mean, not to be a broken record, but you are ready to manifest your desired outcome. There may be something that you are speaking into existence The more you say it out loud, whether that's just to yourself, I talk to myself a lot, but whether it's just to yourself or to others, the more you say it out loud, the truer it feels, the more you embody it, and the more powerful your manifesting is. You're speaking something into existence, or you are manifesting by using your voice, by not being afraid to ask, not being afraid to state what you want, not being afraid to speak up. You need to use your voice. Some of you could be also singers or speakers or channelers of some kind, writers too, because this is a Mercury card, the Magician, which Mercury is big on writing, but for some reason speaking is coming through a bit more. You could also be a voice actor or an actor, or maybe, you do something where you're recording your voice, like a podcast or guided meditation or something like that. Let me know if that resonates with you. Or maybe this is a message to be on the consuming end of those things to help you manifest. Maybe there's a particular guided meditation or podcast or something, or even a song that you could listen to and the lyrics really help you feel more confident in manifesting. But anyway, all of this to say, the Magician is confirming that you are ready to manifest your desired outcome. You're ready to receive it. You are already in the process of doing so. Whether you realize it or not, some of the situations that have entered your life recently are actually the first signs of your manifestation coming in, but you might just not know it yet. The example that's coming to my mind is, if you hear thunder in the distance, you know that it's going to rain soon. But if you've never heard thunder before, you wouldn't make the connection that this sound I'm hearing means water is about to fall from the sky. Like, you wouldn't make that connection. So there may be some things that are unfolding in your life right now that are like the thunder, that are the sign that your manifestation is about to come, but you haven't made the connection yet. But pay attention to new situations that are entering your life, new changes, things switching up, because those are not random. I feel like nothing about your journey is random. Even the things that seem like luck or coincidences are not. It's very much divinely orchestrated. And I like that in this deck, the Four of Pentacles person has a bow and arrow. It feels like you're right on target, and it feels a bit different to how I would normally interpret the Four of Pentacles, because this person is ready to release something. Usually we would see someone clutching coins close to them, but this person is ready to shoot an arrow. Maybe the next step in your love life is shooting your shot with someone or shooting your shot. We were kind of talking about this for one of the personalized messages, but there was a message about getting accepted into school or getting accepted for a job. And maybe you have to reach out to someone and be like, hey, I'm interested in this opportunity. With that Mercury energy too, that could be very likely. You have to just go for it and reach out to someone, and it makes you a little bit nervous, but you know that you have something of value and you can't hold on to it forever. You have to launch it. Maybe some of you have projects that you've just been sitting on. You have a message in your drafts that you've just been sitting on, and it's time to release it like the arrow. So for some of you, this is going to be like, if you have a specific person or a partner, this is probably going to be communicating something to them. It could also be reaching out to someone whom you would like to help you or give you an opportunity, a person or an organization, making that move to change your life. Because it is through some kind of change of scenery, and more specifically, you accepting an opportunity and leveling up, that I think new love is going to come in for you. So the first step for the next developments in your love life is releasing something or sending something out that you've been sitting on for a long time. And this is you shooting your shot. And it's very interesting that we have these floating islands with the rainbow between them, because I'm hearing this is what's going to bridge the gap between you and your person. This is what's going to bridge the gap. If you haven't met your person yet, I feel like you have a few degrees of separation right now, maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4, but it doesn't seem like that many. But if you shoot your shot, so to speak, and do something to change your life and level up, that degree of separation will shrink to 2, to 1, and then to 0 as you change your scenery and meet new people. Also, when it comes to you receiving your opportunities, there's something about you not having to do it the way everybody else does. Maybe you're getting some kind of fast pass, or you're getting some kind of special treatment or some kind of VIP treatment in a spiritual sense, where you can skip the line, or you don't have to go through the same process that most people do, which is, we're talking about this with this personalized message. Other people's advice may not always work for you or resonate with you because they're telling you what you need to do in order to manifest just based on their experience. And just because that's what they had to do doesn't mean that's what you have to do. I feel like your process could be easier or quicker. You have luck following you. It may seem that good luck is following you, but actually these happy times are your just reward for being a loving and wonderful person. And I encourage all of you to claim this, even if this wasn't your personalized message. So yeah, I think there's a period of putting yourself out there, of reaching out to someone, and then there's a little period of waiting. You're probably not going to hear back right away, and that's okay. Some of you watching this right now have maybe already done this part. You're like, no, I already reached out. I already told that person how I feel. I already asked for that opportunity. I already shot the arrow. You're not going to hear back right away. And I don't know specifically how long you have to wait, but what I will say is that it's long enough that you start kind of losing hope. You know, if a couple days go by, you would think, okay, they're a bit busy. If a week goes by, you're like, maybe they just have a lot going on. Maybe they just take a long time to respond. Maybe this is normal. And it comes a certain length of time that you start to think, okay, they're not responding at this point. They're not responding. They ignored me, or they didn't see it. It's just not happening for me. It's kind of when you start to already feel that way. And actually, when you start to get over it, that I think you're going to hear back. So there's this whole arc of you sending something out. And at first, you're really excited. You're like, I can't wait for the response. Okay, it's taking a little bit of time. That's okay. We're patient. This is kind of weird though. I don't know about this. Is it normal to take this long? Then you're losing hope. And then you get over it. You're like, okay, on to the next. And I feel like it's just when you start kind of getting over it and start to feel happy again and like, okay, we're moving on to the next thing, that is when you're going to hear back from them. That's the sound effect of this giant full moon. You might hear from them around a full moon, or it just kind of hits like a meteor. You were not expecting it. The full moon is sneaking up from behind you. The response may be more passionate than you expected, or just bigger than you expected. But yeah, I feel like this bird represents also communication coming in. And that signals a new beginning. And I'm also hearing we're gonna get started right away. This is one of those situations where it feels like it takes a long time to hear back from the other party, but once you do, the ball gets rolling very quickly. So I don't know what was taking them so long. Maybe that's none of my business. But when they do respond, like they're ready. They're ready to start doing stuff. Because Pentacles here, it feels like things are materializing. The new beginning is materialized. It's not just talked about. It's not just intended. It's actually happening. So, for example, maybe you reach out to someone. You're like, I think you're cool and I want to hang out with you. And then you don't hear from them for a while, but then they respond and they're so enthusiastic. They're like, oh my God, yes, I would love to hang out with you. What does this week look like for you? And you're like, this week? Oh my gosh. Like, you know, things are happening fast, but in a good way, you know? This person's ready. They're ready to go. They're ready to get started. Yeah. And then we have the King of Cups. So Group 1 also had Page and King as their last two cards. And there was this feeling of growth and maturing. And we also have this imagery of two people mirroring each other. And again, this imagery of being stacked on top of each other. You and someone else kind of mirror each other on all levels. It's like you're more, the way it's coming through is your low vibrational self, quote unquote. So, you know, your egos, your insecurities, your petty humanness, that kind of quote unquote low vibrational stuff. You match each other on that level. You match each other in your human self. You match each other in your higher potential self. You match each other in your souls. You kind of mirror each other on all levels. There could also be something about alignment with your chakras. I'm not really sure, but take that if it resonates. The more you spend time together, the more you see that you align on all levels. I also get the sense that in the near future, there is enthusiasm between the two of you. You're actively showing that you enjoy being around each other and that you want to move things forward. But I feel like it doesn't really get deeply emotional until later. This may be a situation where you start off as friends and then it evolves into something more, or you start off as collaborators and it evolves into something more. This one feels like deep feelings. There's always a sense of I like you and I want to see more of you. There's always that there. But the deeper feelings will evolve over time. And the spiritual bond will reveal itself to you over time. Information, I just heard like information that has been dormant inside you will reveal itself to you over time as this connection develops. Very interesting. Okay, so we're gonna do a little extended reading based on what we've seen here. We're gonna get some advice for you taking action or shooting your shot. If you've already done that, we'll also see some advice for what you can do while waiting, whether that's, you know, something to speed up the timeline or just something to help you surrender, how you can make the most of the in-between time, you know, things like that. And we're also going to see this person, your person's impression of you and how they're going to respond to you. And then we're going to see significant time frames and places, as well as signs and synchronicities to look out for pertaining to your love life. So if you'd like to join me in the extended, that's going to be linked down below in the description, as well as in the pinned comment. There will be an option for accessing just this one reading, or a membership option where you can access all of the extendeds that we do every month. If you are considering a membership option, just be sure to read the description of the different membership levels so you know exactly what you're getting. But I'm super grateful to everyone who considers that option. And if you're gonna leave the reading here, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And if you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my Instagram, my memberships where you can watch all of the extended readings. You can also watch exclusive full-length pick a card readings for the members. And I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your higher self, your person, their higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on Earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number threes. So if you guys chose the yellow cupcake and the Atla tarot, which we'll use a bit later, this is going to be a reading all about the next developments in your love life. So to make sure that you have found your group, we're going to take a look at these oracle cards, and these are going to represent your current energy towards love, but also just in general. So if what I'm describing here does sound like you, then that will be your sign that you found your group. So your first card is the Armadillo Spirit. Set healthy boundaries. Then we have Separation. We have Me, Also Me, Also Me, Also Me. And we have Pluto Rebirth. Okay, there's definitely something here about many different versions of you existing. This is a pretty clear example of that. Like, this is me, this is also me, this is also me. But also, this separation card, in this oracle deck, usually the cards would only have one of these images. Yours has like 16 of these images all on one card, and it just feels like there's a lot going on. You could, okay, there's a few different ways I could interpret this. You could just be the type of person who you tend to match the energy of whoever you're around, like you're mirroring people's energy, or you pick up on traits and thoughts and ideas from whoever you're around, more so than the average person. And sometimes your true self can kind of get lost in there. It could also be that you have multiple roles in your life, and different roles and different relationships ask a different version of you. So it's almost like you have to perform a different version of you depending on where you're showing up. And there could just be a lot of that in your life. And it could be kind of exhausting sometimes. Another interpretation that's coming through is that you've had to evolve into different versions of yourself in different periods of your life for survival or to be accepted. And now I feel like it's come to this culmination where you're like, but who am I really? Who am I really at my core? And how can I be my truest self? This is something we all go through to an extent in our lives, but this could be something that's kind of at the forefront of your mind right now if this is your group. I feel like you could be in an energy of trying to rid yourself as much as possible of external influences and external narratives, things that you've picked up along the way that are not truly you, so that you can get to the core of who you really are. And I can definitely see how this would impact your love life, because as we move through the world and talk to different people, we can take on a lot of desires and expectations for relationships that are not really ours. You know, we think we want something because that's what everybody else seems to want, or that's what society says is normal. But if we actually consult our innermost self, maybe that's not our journey. So I definitely think this can be an all-encompassing thing. Like, you're just really trying to go within and find your true identity. But it could be specifically like through the lens of your love life. Shedding the desires and expectations of society and what other people say they want and what other people say is normal, to figure out what it is that you truly seek. So I think this set healthy boundaries is definitely between you and the outside world, and being more protective about what you take in and what you let influence you. And this could even be, I'm thinking of like social media. I just thought about how there's so much trash dating advice on the internet. Maybe that's relevant for some of you. You're like, I need to stop hearing about relationships and dating from people on the internet and just come back to myself and what I really want. That's just going to be for some of you. But yeah, I think this is about boundaries with yourself and the outside world. And Pluto with rebirth, it definitely feels like a resurgence or a re-emergence of your true self. I wonder if you guys have personal planets in Aquarius or in fixed signs. Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. I just say that because at the time that I'm filming this, Pluto is in Aquarius. I believe specifically it's in 5 degrees Aquarius right now. It is T-squaring my nose. Not that anyone asked. And it just went retrograde. I forget if I said that already, but anyway. Yeah, that could be an extra confirmation if you have personal planets, and including like your ascendant and your midheaven as well, or nodes in the fixed signs. That's a lot of stuff. But anyway, enough astrology rambling. This is a clear sign of a resurgence of the true you. You have to take this time, or you are taking this time, to just purge energies that you've picked up along the way. Now, for some of you, I could take separation literally. Like, this could be a confirmation for some of you who are in a separation, so to speak, with another person. I just put it in finger quotes because I was thinking of it like as the spiritual term, which some people resonate with and some people don't. But it could be a 3D separation, you know, like you were married to someone and you separated, or maybe you went through a breakup. This is just going to be for some of you. Or you just feel like you're in a separation energy. This could also be interpreted as feeling difficulty connecting to others, just feeling a general distance or separation. And of course, it could be with a specific person, like you're feeling distant from someone, you're feeling kind of separate from someone. But I think what you're really seeking at this time is genuine connection that doesn't ask anything from you than to be yourself. Like genuine soul connections where the true self of all parties is honored, and we're not putting on some kind of show to impress each other or win each other over. If you've had a role in this life that requires you to really lay on a persona thick or to really like perform, you may be getting sick of that role. Like, for example, we were talking about the internet. I'm imagining someone who's like an internet personality, and maybe the personality that they show is so different from their true self, and they're just getting sick of showing up every day and being, you know, over the top, like, hi everybody, blah, 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 you know? I mean, that could be in your work too. In your work or in a friend group, you just feel like this is not who I am, but this is what these people expect me to be, and I'm just getting really sick of it. I feel like there's different masks that you've worn to get by in society and in your relationships, and it's like you just can't be bothered to wear those masks anymore. And so you're feeling like, I only want relationships that can see me without a mask and accept me without a mask. And if they can't, sorry, like, I don't know what to tell you, but I don't have it in me to be a persona or morph myself into what I think you might want from me. Some of you could be really rejecting people pleasing right now as well. And also rejecting chasing and really feeling more like if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And if it's meant to be, I will attract it with my authentic frequency. Okay, so let's get some personalized messages. So this is going to be depending on your current relationship status at the time of watching. You're of course welcome to listen to all of these. There could very well, as has been the case in the previous groups, there's going to be some messages for you in all of them, but if you really do want to skip ahead one of them, there will be timestamps down below in the description and the pinned comment. But basically there's going to be 4 categories. So you're either single and you don't have a specific person in mind, single and you do have a specific person in mind, in a relationship, or in a complicated situation. So let's start with those of you who are single and you don't have a specific person in mind. We have, wow, 2 of emotion, 2 of cups. Definitely shows you manifesting a heart-centered, reciprocated relationship, probably with a soulmate or just somebody you're really, really compatible with. Wow. A relationship grows closer as 2 people fall in love. Some of you may already know this person, or they're close by is the feeling I'm getting. Okay, let me start over. A relationship grows closer as 2 people fall in love, or a current relationship grows much stronger. Friendships may deepen into a spiritual connection. Mutual respect and understanding exist or will develop. Don't give up on relationships that feel challenging to you. There's still hope. And I saw 1144 as I finished reading that message. I definitely feel like angels are bringing someone to you, because when I see 1s and 4s together, I just think of angels. So something that was coming through too is that you'll recognize this person because when they tell their life story, and it's not necessarily about the exact events that have unfolded in their life, but when they talk about what their emotional experience has been throughout their life, when they talk about what it's been like relating to others, when they talk about the ways they've been misunderstood, it's like they're telling your life story. You're like, is this me? You guys, this group, I would bet you are one of those people who, when you're watching a reading about like, who is your soulmate, who is your next relationship, you're like, oh, you're just describing me. You know, oh, I guess my person is me, because you're literally just describing me and my life and my personality. That's your person. When they tell their story, it's your story. You're like, we didn't live the same life, as in we went through the exact same events at the same time, but the emotional arc of our stories is the same. The like archetypal journey that we're on is the same. You could have the same life path. You don't have to. I'm just kind of wondering out loud. But it's like that instinct that you may have of, oh, I'm going to match this person's energy. You don't have to, because it already matches. It's one of those connections that feels effortless right away. And I feel it's either that you already know this person or someone you know already knows them. They're already in close proximity to you. You could be introduced through a friend or a family member or a coworker. You have a mutual something, a mutual someone in your life, and it does feel like meeting in person. Someone's going to facilitate you coming together, but it's not like they purposely introduce you to set you up. You know what I mean? But spiritually, they have a role of bringing you and your person together. It's like agreed upon somehow. And it feels intense, but safe. And the comparison that I'm being shown is when maybe you've had this experience before where you're getting a personal reading or a general one, and the reader is saying things that are so like spookily specific and on the nose, and you're like freaking out, but you're also like, you're freaking out because it's spooky, but you're also amused and happy. So when you realize like, oh shit, this is my like mirroring soul. Oh shit, this is my person. Yes, it's freaky and spooky. Like the similarities, it's intense, but it's also like joyful. You're probably laughing at how freaky the similarities are. You're simultaneously freaked out and amused is the vibe that I'm getting. I'm just thinking, I have a family member who he's married now, but, or no, they're engaged. He's engaged now, but he and his fiance, when they were kids, they literally lived like down the street from each other and they never knew. And I don't know, I just thought about that right now. There could be something spooky like that, because there really is a feeling of you've been close by each other. You've been close by each other for a long time. Okay, let's get a message for those of you who are single and you do have a specific person in mind. We have two cards. Ooh, we have creativity and abundance, which is the Empress. And we have the Five of Thought, which is the Five of Swords. I just heard like denying your potential. If you have a specific person in mind, you or them or both of you could be denying the potential of this connection. And I'm hearing that's kind of a protective mechanism. Because when you invest in the potential of something, it could turn out well or it could not turn out well. But if you don't try, then you risk being disappointed. Or no, how do I say that? If you try, you risk being disappointed. If you don't try, you can avoid the potential disappointment. So it's like you or them or both of you are denying or ignoring the potential of what this connection can be. So maybe you're like, someone could be in an avoidant energy, or someone could be keeping it small or keeping themselves small. You might feel like your person is out of your league, but it's because you're in denial of your own potential, or vice versa. They think you're out of their league because they're in denial of their potential. There's a denial of potential. I don't know. I just heard those words. Dear one, you're being called to action. You're ready to accomplish great things and truly come into the fullness of who you are. It's a time for great creativity, giving birth to beloved projects, or becoming a parent. Follow your passion so that abundance and prosperity manifest for you. And we have the Five of Swords. The path you were on seemed like the right one, but now you've run into a challenge. There's a better direction for you that will make you much happier in the end. Changes are necessary so that you can get back on track. Avoid negative people who are draining or who bring unwanted drama into your life. I also noticed that in this card, it's child angels watching over an adult, and here it's an adult angel watching over children. That I don't really know the significance of that, but I thought it was interesting. There's untapped potential here. Someone doesn't realize how amazing they are, or someone doesn't realize how amazing you can be together. And there's a feeling of someone has decided that something won't work before they even tried, so it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. They say it's not going to work anyway, so they don't try, and then it doesn't work out. There's a risk. Any time you dive into something new, there's a risk. But if you only move forward when you know 100% that things are going to work out, then you will never move forward. It's not about deleting the risk. I don't know why I used the word delete. I just couldn't think of another word. Maybe that word is significant. It's not about deleting the risk, but recognizing that things that are worth having do take some kind of risk or leap of faith a lot of the time. And the fact that there are unknowns in the future, that doesn't mean you shouldn't move forward. That's just how life works. Someone doesn't want to move forward because there's uncertainty in the future or there's unknowns in the future, but that's literally just life. Like, that's how it works. Then you move into the future and the unknowns become known. And I almost feel like someone could be kind of using this as an excuse or as a form of self-sabotage. Like, not exploring the potential of themselves or not exploring the potential of the connection, because they're like, oh, but I don't know about this thing in the future and I don't know about that thing in the future. And it's kind of like, welcome to life, welcome to being a human. We don't know, but we show up anyway, and we take risks for what we love and we move towards what we love. That's the point. And I do feel there could be, even though this is a love life reading, there could be untapped potential with someone's creativity or with someone's talents. And that is causing dissatisfaction. So if you have been ignoring your creativity or ignoring your talents, that could definitely be leading to dissatisfaction and affecting your connection with your person. Or that could be happening on their end. But someone feels kind of, they're stuck in their own head. They're stuck in hesitation. And they think that the solution to this hesitation is getting more information, but it's not. Whoever's hesitating, whether it's you or them or both of you, getting more information will not solve the problem, because you'll just hoard information and never feel completely ready. But you're ready to take the next step. No one ever feels 100% ready. I just heard to take the next step. But when you commit to it, the unknowns will become known. You'll gain the clarity as you move. But as long as you're frozen, then nothing's gonna happen. If you stay frozen, the reality stays frozen. And if you truly knew your potential, and if you truly knew how wonderful and talented you are, you would not be stuck in place like this. A message for those of you who are currently in a relationship. We have the Helper of Action, which I think is the Knight, or is it the King? Something of Wands. Let's read it and we'll figure it out. You're blessed with many wonderful things to do. It would be great if you could take the time to make a plan first, but you probably don't have the time. So get busy, follow your instincts, and have fun. You or someone you meet is very self-assured, capable, and enthusiastic, and can do anything with a smile. So you and your partner are probably about to have a chapter of your life that is quite busy and fast-paced, and you may kind of be winging it. You don't really have a plan, or you have to plan something together and you don't have much time. It feels like you're going through some kind of transition together. One of the first things that came to my mind was planning a wedding. I also thought of moving house, or like moving in together, because there's this feeling of an exciting milestone on the horizon, but while you're preparing for it, it's like there's not even time for it to sink in that this amazing thing is happening. So in the example of planning a wedding, you could be running around because you're trying to plan this wedding, and you're also going to work, and you also have your other responsibilities, and it's so go, go, go that it's almost like you don't have time to stop and be like, wow, we're really getting married, and to let that sink in and to sit with that joy. So all of that will probably hit you once the planning is done and once the event has come and gone. Like the wedding happens, or the moving day happens, or whatever this is that you're planning together. And then you can have that moment where it really sinks in. Like, damn, we just had this milestone together, and that's so exciting, and I'm so happy. So yeah, it feels like a busy period. There's a lot of emotions, but they'll hit you later. Right now, you kind of have to focus on the task at hand. And that's not to say that you won't be having fun and there won't be emotional moments, but things just have to get done right now. And it could be a little bit stressful, but I feel like you're working towards something together that you're really excited about. And I'm also hearing that you're stronger together. Whatever you're preparing for right now, whatever new stage you're preparing for, it is going to literally make you closer together. And you'll find that when you're living and working and just doing life alongside each other, you feel much stronger and much more confident. I think as you get closer, your self-esteem is growing and growing, which is a really lovely sign. Okay, finally, let's pull a card for those of you who are in a complicated situation. And we have two cards coming out together. Oh, one of them is the Nine of Cups. This is the same card that Group 2 got for this exact section. And the other one is the Eight of Abundance, which is the Eight of Pentacles. So what this means is you can bring about your desired outcome in this situation, but it will take time and effort. So I'm just going to give one example to illustrate the energy. I'm not saying this is your exact situation, but just to kind of paint a picture of what I mean by this message. So let's say that your complicated situation is that you've been through a breakup, but you still love your ex and you feel like they still love you, and it just doesn't feel right that you broke up. And it doesn't feel right to say that you're single. Like that just feels weird. It feels wrong. You feel like there's no, we're supposed to be together. There's some unfinished business here, and you want to get back together. So this message is that your wish can come true, but it's going to take time, meaning the solution is not to rush back into a relationship, and it's going to take effort, meaning you and the other person will have to put in work to address the challenges, address what went wrong, address each of your shortcomings in the relationship. And also, like, 8 is a very balanced number. So it wouldn't work if one of you is blaming the other. It's like both people have to take responsibility and both people have to want the same outcome. So I think everyone's situation could be a little bit different here, but your wish can come true with patience and effort. Whatever problems you're facing, it won't be something that magically resolves itself or something that happens overnight. And I also think if there's a reunion with someone involved, it's really important that you don't get carried away in the excitement of possibly reuniting with them, that you gloss over reasons why the relationship didn't work in the first place. You know, again, I don't know what your exact situation is, but if your situation is complicated, I'm guessing that there's probably some issues or miscommunications between you and someone else, or the situation is not how you want it. So in the example of getting back with an ex, if they reach out and say, I miss you, I want to see you, you could get so overwhelmed with joy, the joy of seeing them, that you just rush over to them and rush back into a relationship, and you didn't actually address what went wrong previously. So, you know, this is Virgo energy, which feels like solving problems, troubleshooting, fixing the shortcomings. That's what Virgo likes to do. And you can't do that overnight. Maybe you can pinpoint what needs to be improved quickly, but it will be over time that you do that. So your wish comes true over time and with effort. That's how I will summarize this part. So now we're going to get into the tarot deck that you chose, the Atla Tarot, and we're going to see a timeline of events with regards to what is developing in your love life. That's the third time that 2 cards have come out together. Very interesting. We have the 8 of Cups, Temperance. I just saw 33, and your group 3. We have the 7 of Pentacles. And we have the Queen of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, I think I've already said this, but I feel like you are undergoing a huge purge, like a huge energetic purge, which feels like part of a shadow work process. It's like you've dug up the stuff and now you're ready to purge it. You've identified the stuff and now you're ready to purge it. And this definitely won't happen overnight, but the end result will be you feeling a million times lighter, you feeling yourself again, and you feeling confident. And this is going to greatly benefit your love life. If you already have a person or a partner in your life, I feel like after this purging, you'll be able to build intimacy with them in ways that you struggled to before. And they can really get to know you on a deeper level. It's like if you're a body of water, your water has become clear and sparkly, and they can look into you for miles. And that's like, and it feels good to have them do that. And it's not scary. And it's the color of the water and the temperature of the water. It's like, it finally feels like it's reflecting who you truly are. So it kind of goes back to that first message of you purging a lot of just crap that you've picked up along the way that is not yours. Especially narratives that have negatively impacted your self-esteem, your confidence, your belief in your abilities, your belief in your gifts and talents, which, let me tell you, group 3, you have a lot of them. I feel like you're blessed with amazing talents and cursed with perfectionism that makes you feel like no way of sharing your gifts is ever enough. And you may always feel like, no, that's not my full potential. No, that's not my full potential. No, I could have done better. Rather than just celebrating the joy that it is to be a gifted human and share it with others and celebrate each other's gifts together. That's the whole point of it. The point of sharing your gifts is not perfection. The point of sharing your gifts is not to match some earthly metrics or meet some earthly standard. The point of sharing your gift is just connection. Is to bring joy to others and have them receive your gift and then respond to it. And then you receive their gift and respond to it. We're just here to give them to each other. Connection is the point of it. And I think when you purge all this stuff from inside yourself, you're going to remember that. And then you're going to feel so much more confident. And your confidence, it doesn't really come from who you are as an individual human. Your confidence comes from your connection to the infinite and your connection to the divine. So it's something that nobody could ever take away from you ever again. I love that, group 3. Like, that is Pluto type transformation. That is radical on a really deep core level kind of transformation that will not be undone. I feel like once you close this cycle, you're not going to repeat these lessons again. It's like you got it and now you've got it. You remember your connection to the infinite. You remember your connection to the divine. And this is greatly going to benefit your current or future connection. It allows things to flow more smoothly. It also allows things to flow faster because you're harnessing the power of the infinite. Interesting. But yeah, it's very interesting that your first card, the 8 of Cups, on this timeline is letting go of something or walking away from something. So for those of you who are manifesting love or manifesting a specific person, but now I'm thinking of the Pacific Ocean. Anyway, those of you who are manifesting love or manifesting a specific person, something must be let go of or released to bring this in. There's either a belief, a value, a worldview, a habit, a part of your self-concept that at this time just happens to be incompatible with the love or the person you're trying to manifest. So this is not me saying, like, as a general rule, if you want to manifest something new, you have to let go of something old. Sometimes we do. But in your specific situation, there is something you're holding on to that is incompatible with the love you want or with the person you want, and is probably also hurting you by holding on to it. It's a burden, it's a weight, it's a heaviness, something that dampens your energy that you hold on to, maybe without even realizing, or because you think you have to. It's like you haven't fully grasped yet that you can let go of it. it's like a darkness or a heaviness. With Temperance and the Seven of Pentacles, I mean, both of these cards can talk about patience. And I definitely think this is about being patient with yourself. I think that just because you've been slow to manifest in the past, or just because things have always taken a long time and you've always had to wait, that's not like a quality of who you inherently are or a quality of how life inherently is. If I'm always using my computer at home and the internet connection here sucks, I might just believe that that's how it is. Oh, internet is just really slow for me. But if I go somewhere else, or if I get a new router, or if I switch to a different carrier, then it can be fast. I'm probably using bad analogies, but what I'm trying to say is that it's wrong to just assume that as a general rule for your life, things are going to manifest slowly. And you're just always gonna have to be super, super patient for things. It could be a simple fix. And it would be wrong of me to think, oh, my internet's been slow for 10 years. My internet's been slow for 20 years, so it's never gonna be fast. Using my past experience to decide what's possible for me in the future is inaccurate, because it only takes one day to change the router in my house. It only takes a few minutes to go somewhere else to a nearby place that has fast internet. But it's wrong for me to just decide that it's a universal truth that I cannot experience fast internet. This is not a perfect analogy, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. You're not cursed with things have to take forever for you, or things always have to manifest slowly. And I think that this purge that you're going through is probably bigger than other purges that you've had in your life. It's going to feel noticeably different. Maybe you're going through it right now and you just have this feeling like this purge is much different than what I've done before. This healing is much different than what I've done before. It feels bigger. It feels more like groundbreaking. It feels more significant. And you would be correct. And I just feel like things are manifesting quickly after this purging. And so you'll be surprised, like the outcomes you want in love and the outcomes you want maybe with a specific person, if you have one. Like, yes, they will take some work and some actions. It's not like magically falling into your lap, but it's just that things are going much smoother and things are not taking a million years. And you're figuring out how you manifest uniquely, rather than looking to the outside for other people to tell you how to manifest, because people just tell you what worked for them. It's not the be all end all, and what works for you might be something different. The only rules are the ones that you set. The only rules are the ones that your subconscious accepts, and you don't have to worry about anybody else's. I also feel with this healing, it's like coming back home to your own intuition. I feel like you do have a very strong intuition. And you are psychically tuned in as well. And I feel like the visions that you've had for your future, for the outcomes that you want, for the connection you want, your visions have always come through clearly. But it's like the execution gets choppy. And so this purging makes the physical reality align with your visions more smoothly and oftentimes a lot more quickly. I can't say exactly what it's going to take to finish this purging or how long it's going to take. That's very individual, but I can tell you that once it's over, like, you're manifesting your desired outcomes in love and in general very quickly. And
feeling a lot more confidence in relationships and realizing that, you know, if you ever feel someone is out of your league or someone is not approachable or not, you know, that you can't be on their level or whatever, that's not true. And remembering your connection to the infinite is a big part of that as well. Nobody is above or below or in or out of someone's league, because we're all just expressions of the infinite. And also maybe that's why I unconsciously put separation in finger quotes at the beginning of the reading, because there is no real separation. You're not separate from your person or from anybody. You just have to remember who you are, and then like the timeline collapses is kind of the vibe. This group, it's a bit more abstract and spiritual, but what I can confirm to you is that the outcome you want is possible and is available and is waiting for you. And it's a simple fix. It might take time, but it's a simple fix. Like turning off a router and turning it back on, and like resetting something or just fixing something. And then the timeline collapses. And maybe it took you a long time to figure out what that fix is. But once you do it, the results are fast. I hope that makes sense. It's like if the power went out in a house and then you go look at that board with all the switches on it. What do you call that thing? Something about a breaker, I don't know, circuit, something, whatever. I don't know anything about these things. But maybe it takes a long time to figure out which switch you have to flick, but it only takes 1 second to flick a switch. Yeah, I think this is like this deep inward journey where it took a long time to figure out how you heal and how you move forward and how you manifest what you want. But once you figure it out, it's quick to fix it. Oh man, I really hope that this is making sense. But quick manifestation and quick results are possible for you. Okay, I don't know why I have such messy handwriting today, but we're gonna do a little extended based on what we've seen here. We're going to look into the next chapter with you and your person, whether that's your current person or if you don't have someone in mind yet, your future person, messages and advice from your person's higher self, as well as significant time frames, places, and signs and synchronicities to look out for pertaining to your love life. So if you'd like to join me in the extended, that's going to be linked down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. There will be an option to access just this one reading, or the membership option where you can access all of the extendeds we do every month. If you are considering a membership option, just be sure to read the description of the different membership levels so you know exactly what you're getting, but I'm super grateful to everyone who considers that. If you're gonna leave the reading here, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. If you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my Instagram, my memberships where you can watch all of the extendeds. You can also watch exclusive full-length pick a card readings for the members. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your higher self, your person, their higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on Earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number 4s, so if you guys chose the white cupcake and the Yōkai tarot, which we're going to use a bit later, this is going to be a reading all about the next development in your love life. I've just been a little bit clumsy today and I've been dropping things, and before your group, this little cicada dropped onto the floor. So I'm just going to keep him here. He might be a sign for someone the little amethyst cicada. Aso actually gave this to me, so I treasure him very much. And also, I wanted to mention that one of the oracle decks we're using today, this deck, it has both light cards and shadow cards. And you are the only group that got a light card. I just wanted to mention that because I thought it was interesting. So anyway, let's get into it. To make sure that this is your group, I want to look at these oracle cards, and these are going to represent your current energy towards love, but also just in general. So if what I'm describing does sound like you, then that will be your sign that you found your group. So our first card is the Bobcat Spirit, 111 on the camera timer as I'm holding up this card. Also, for some reason, this number 8 on the card made me think of an 8-ball. So that could also be like a significant sign for someone or a confirmation that you found your group. And this card says, life is a mystery. We have abundance with the number 13. I receive and already have everything that I need. We have, I'll be at the other end of the universe acting strange. And we have Aries with act. So we have the word act coming through twice. Shout out to my actors, or maybe your person is an actor. But the feeling that I'm getting with these cards, the first thing that I heard is that you've given up on love, but if you had actually given up, I don't think you would have clicked on this reading. So maybe it's more like you're just surrendering. You're just surrendering to love at this point, and it's not really your main focus. With this life is a mystery, I was kind of thinking about how love, like the timing of love and how it comes into your life, it's unique from other things we want to experience in the sense that you can't really control it. I mean, there's a lot of things in our life that are out of our control, but for example, in work, you have the element of control in that if I put in this much effort, I can predict I'll get this result. The harder I work, the more successful I'll be. There's a cause and effect that's more obvious and you can control it more versus it's not like if I work harder, my soulmate will come into my life, or if I do XYZ, my soulmate will come into my life. It's not so obvious or easy to control like that. It's a mystery. When will I find love? How will I meet my love? It's out of my control. It's a mystery. And there's this feeling of, I don't want to obsess over what I can't control. And if something's meant to be in my life, it will be in my life. And if it's not in my life, maybe it's not time yet. And maybe there was a period where you did really obsess and worry, but that's not the vibe that I pick up from you now at this stage in your journey. I feel like you're kind of letting go. You're like, if it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. If someone comes into my life, someone comes into my life. If I go to the next level with this person, I go to the next level with this person. But I can't force it to happen and I can't control the outcome. And on some level, maybe I don't want to. Maybe I just want it to happen if it's meant for me. Like, love doesn't feel good when I'm forcing it or trying to control an outcome. So I'm just gonna sit back. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this group. And I really like this card. I like this deck in general, but this card is really, it tickles me. I'll be at the other end of the universe acting strange. I feel like this is you saying, I'm just gonna be over here doing my own thing, and I feel like you don't care about, and this was coming up in a different group as well, I forget which one now, but it's like you don't care about acting a certain way or wearing a certain mask to impress someone or to make someone like you. I feel like the overall theme of these cards is very much surrender, and if it's meant to be, it will be, and I'm not gonna force anything. You know, like if someone is my soulmate and someone is meant to be in my life, I won't have to change myself and contort myself and jump through hoops to make them like me. If my understanding of soulmates is accurate, like I don't want to be doing all that. If you're meant to be in my life, then you fuck with my vibe. And if you don't fuck with my vibe, you're not meant to be in my life. That's kind of the vibe. And some of my group 4s, you may be kind of unusual people. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but just kind of, you may feel like you're different or eccentric and you don't want to hide those parts of yourself. And whoever is meant to be in your life will understand you and appreciate you. So there's no need to try to change anything. I feel like you're no longer interested in fitting in. You're no longer interested in being normal, or maybe you were never interested in those things. And, you know, if there is an action that you feel inspired to take, I can see with Aries here, this is definitely not you like quitting on the idea of love or like refusing to take action. But it's like, I'm just not going to chase anything. I'm not going to force anything. If someone comes into my life and I really like them, like I'm going to approach them and I'm going to try to make it work. But I feel like some of you, it's like you're sick of being in that energy of just like wishing and waiting and please universe, give me this. Please universe, give me that. Like it doesn't feel empowering. So I feel like these cards are like, fuck it. Like, I'm just going to live my life. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to be over here being weird, like enjoying my interests and enjoying. Some of you could be like enjoying your hobbies right now. You could be learning about something new that's really exciting. There's so much in this life to enjoy. And maybe we were kind of putting love on a pedestal for a while. And I feel like now you're in this energy where you're like, it'll be awesome if it happens, but I'm not going to like wait on it to start being happy and enjoy my life. So I feel like there's a lot of things in your life right now that you're inspired by. For some reason, I'm seeing some of you becoming outdoorsy. Maybe you picked up a hobby that involves you being outside, or you just enjoyed exploring different places by yourself or with friends or whatever. I feel like life has also become more simple because you've stopped. Okay, this is kind of a overarching theme in your life, I think, where you've stopped stressing about controlling outcomes. And you definitely feel like it's not your job to control other people's outcomes. That's coming through. So some of you you've decided that you're no longer going to step in and save people, I'm hearing. And you're not going to, oh, there's a lot coming through. Like, I'm not going to be a free therapist for people anymore. I'm not going to clean up people's messes. You really do not give a fuck, group 4. Like, you're really just living your life and doing your own thing. This is awesome. Okay, so we are going to get into personalized messages. So these are going to be depending on your relationship status at the time of watching this. And of course, you can stay and listen to all of them. There could very well be messages for everybody in all of these, but if you really want to skip past one of them, there will be timestamps down below in the description and in the pinned comment. But there's going to be 4 different categories. So one of them is single without a specific person in mind. One of them is single with a specific person in mind. One is in a relationship, and one is in a complicated situation. So let's get into it. For my group 4s who are single and don't currently have a person of interest,
we have Three of Thought, which is the Three of Swords. Loving angels surround you to heal and comfort you. The sadness you feel will fade away in time, and then you'll be able to see clearly how important this situation has been for your spiritual growth. Take the time you need to forgive yourself and others so that you can embrace the future with joy. The feeling that I'm getting is that some of you could be kind of pessimistic about your romantic options, which I would not blame you for. Maybe you've had bad luck with dating or bad luck on dating apps. And I don't think you're a pessimistic person at heart, but I think when you see how people can behave so selfishly in dating and in romantic relationships, and how people can hurt each other without a second thought, it just makes you feel kind of pessimistic about what is out there. You could have been hurt by someone or multiple people in your romantic past, or maybe you've just heard horror stories from friends, from people you know, or you just see the way people talk about relationships, talk about their partners, and it just makes you feel kind of pessimistic. I don't think this is anything about your self-concept of like, oh, I can't manifest love or I'm not worthy of love. It seems like an analytical assessment when you are looking out at the world around you. You're just seeing a lot of emotionally unavailable people, a lot of selfish people, a lot of people who are, treating each other like disposable. You're seeing a lot of transactional relationships. This doesn't even necessarily have to be limited to romance. You may see this in friendships too. Like, what happened to being a good friend? What happened to loyalty? Like, people. Yeah, so some of you may contribute to the reason why you're not actively pursuing and actively chasing love, and rather deciding that, if someone is meant to be in my life, I will find them. I trust the universe to bring me my person. And yeah, I don't think, like, you might get advice from people sometimes like, oh, you should go on the apps, or you should go to like the singles meetups or whatever, things that don't really resonate with you. And I just want to confirm to you, like, you don't have to do those methods that everyone else does. You don't have to approach dating like that if that doesn't feel good to you. You have your own unique journey. You already have a connection with your soulmate, and just trust that your souls will know where and when and how to find each other. I think you don't need me to tell you that, but it's just a confirmation. In case in any moment you have that kind of twinge is maybe the word, I don't know, that twinge of like, maybe I should be doing more. Maybe I should download that dating app, or like maybe I should have given that person another chance even though I wasn't really feeling them, and feeling like, oh, am I not doing enough? I think you'll know when it's the right person. And I do think that there is a divine timing and a divine orchestration. And I keep using the word soulmate, which I wasn't necessarily doing for the other group. So I'm not saying that they're not going to be with their soulmate. I just think it's interesting that that word is coming up so much. Like, whatever you're manifesting, it's not a casual thing. It's like your soul's buddy. It's your soul's match. For those of you who are single and you do have a specific person in mind, we have the Guardian of Action. Okay, this is the King of Wands. Another group got a card, and I didn't know if it was the King or the Knight of Wands. Now I know they had the Knight and you have the King. The Guardian of Action. It's time for you to step up and be the leader. Your natural leadership skills are being called into action. This is your moment
in the sun. So move into the light and shine for all to see. This card is also about a person who has charisma, is inspiring, enjoys a challenge, and loves the spotlight. This is giving me the feeling that your person, you've done something recently to make them notice you, or you've done something to get their attention. Your person definitely has their eyes on you. They've been watching you. They've been checking on you. For those of you who haven't seen your person in a while or haven't talked to your person in a while, I have the message for you that their feelings have not faded away. You might have thought their feelings are like a fire that will burn out without kindling, but that fire is sustaining itself, let me tell you. It does not need kindling. It just burns on its own. Regardless of how much time has passed or what has transpired, that person's original feelings and original spark for you have stayed. They're interested in you and they're observing you and they're checking on you in some way. Watching from afar. But they might be waiting for you to say or do something. Now, this is not me telling you that you should make a move or that you should say something. And in fact, I would even say, if you don't feel that the timing is right, or if you don't have anything really specific to say to them right now, you don't have to make the first move just because they're waiting for you. You can make a move when there's actually something you want to say to them or something you want to give to them. If there is, like, what are you waiting for? Like, if you have a specific thing you want to say to your person or something specific you want to give them, then go for it. But you don't need to be reaching out just because they want you to. I'm thinking of that song. It's like, I'm not going to write you a love song because you asked for it, because you need one. You and your person have a lot of spark, a lot of fire between the two of you. And so far, it's been burning steadily. I feel like both of you could still be kind of unsure if things have the potential to last in the long term. But I'm hearing you have to admit it's impressive that things have lasted as long as they have, or the spark and chemistry has stayed alive for as long as it has. I feel like you're both very attracted to each other and like intrigued by each other, and probably you both check on each other. There's this energy of checking on each other but not saying anything. And there's also this energy of, I want to talk to you but I don't have something specific to say. And that may make it feel kind of awkward to reach out. Both of you may feel kind of awkward to be the one to make the first move. Like you're wondering if it's in your place to do that. Or you feel like it's the other person's place to make the first move. But you're kind of just like orbiting around each other. What I can confirm to you from this message though is that I just heard they have the hots for you, which is such a cheesy expression, but they still have the hots for you. They're still looking at the ram, like the horns, like they're very attracted to you, and that doesn't seem to change. That doesn't seem to fade. Their spark towards you does not seem to fade with time. They're still looking at you as if they're looking at you for the first time and like taken aback by your radiance. And is someone holding back? Like you both want to act, but you're holding back. You feel like you don't have a good enough reason to make a move yet or something, or you want to wait for more organic timing, but you're just like literally or energetically, like staring each other down is the vibe that I get. For those of you who are in a relationship, we have the 10 of action, which is the 10 of wands. You're working too hard. The angels are asking you to find a healthy balance between your career and your personal life. Be willing to ask for help from others in order to lighten your load so that you can take better care of yourself. Straining to make others happy can be harmful to your health. So there does seem to be a burnout or a warning of a burnout that is happening for those of you who are in a relationship. Now, this could be your energy, but it could also be your partner is a bit burnt out. And there's a couple different ways I can interpret this energy, with one being that somebody could be burnt out from like making a lot of effort or carrying a lot of the weight in this relationship. You'll know if that message is for you, but sometimes, hi, Yumi-chan. She just woke up. I apologize in advance if she starts to get a bit crazy because it's nighttime and she has more energy at night. One way I could interpret this is that like you're not giving equal efforts in the relationship. Like you could be making more effort than they are. And over time that causes you to burn out or like have fatigue from the relationship. Or it could be that one or both of you is experiencing burnout in another area of life, and then that makes you not have as much energy to be present in the relationship. So for those of you who are in a relationship, I do feel like there is a need to simplify your life, or for your partner to simplify their life. Like whatever dynamic you have going on right now, it doesn't seem to be sustainable. Maybe you already know that, but I also think like an honest conversation needs to be had if they're not showing up in the way that you want them to, or maybe you recognize that you haven't been able to show up in the way you want to, like especially if you have a lot going on at work or with family or some other area of your life. You may sense that they are like missing your presence, but they haven't said anything, and you just kind of like sense a dissatisfaction from them. But I feel like the relationship maybe hasn't really been super prioritized in recent times, and things need to be brought back into balance. I think this relationship can take up more of like the pie chart of your life and your time. And it just hasn't, because like one or both people are really busy with something else or like consumed by something else. This won't last forever, but I guess your guides are warning against a scenario where the stressors in your lives die out and then you just resume the relationship without talking about what happened. Like, oh, okay, we're not busy anymore. Let's get back to our happy relationship. Like, no, it's like there needs to be a talk about, okay, so we just went through a kind of tough period. What could we do, like in case that happens again? What could we do to make sure we are equally prioritizing each other and that there's a balance between time together and our lives outside of the relationship? Because it could happen again. Life can be very demanding sometimes, and it's important that you and your person are on the same page. Like one of you could have it in your mind that, oh, when life gets really busy, it's okay to take a step away from the relationship. That's just what one person thinks. And then the other person thinks when life gets really hectic, that means we have to show up for each other even more and make an extra effort to show that we're there for each other. And like you're just both thinking different things in your head and not communicating it, and that can lead to dissatisfaction. So yeah, I think how do we prioritize each other? How do we balance our relationship with stuff outside of the relationship is like an important conversation that needs to be had now or soon. And finally, for those of you who are in a complicated situation, are you a bit hot? I'm gonna turn up the AC a little bit. For my group fours who are in a complicated situation in their love life, we have the Four of Emotion. Okay, this is intuitively giving me the feeling, and I think a lot of you are already doing this, to maybe like sleep on it or step away or take some time with your mind off of the issue, because solutions could come to you when your mind is off it. Like when you're just going about your life, going about your routine, your mind is idling, and then you get an epiphany about what you truly want. You get an epiphany about how you truly feel. I'm seeing someone in their notes app. Maybe you're like writing out something you would say to someone. You're writing out a message that you may or may not send, or you're just kind of sorting through your feelings. Could be the notes app or it could be a journal, but I specifically saw a notes app. But this feeling that I'm getting is like you would plan what you want to say. You're writing it all out and you're like, I don't know. Then you just drop it, go about your life, and then exactly what you want to say to the person plops into your head like a download. You disregard all the other stuff you wrote in the notes app and you send them what just came to you in this epiphany moment. So it's kind of like when I know this annoys some people, but like you won't find the solution when you're looking for it. It will come to you when you stop looking. But just letting your mind not have like a tight grip on the issue, it lets your consciousness flow more freely. The solution will come to you in like an intuitive hit. There are wonderful people who wish to help you. Opportunities are being offered to you, but you aren't noticing or trusting the gifts heaven is bestowing upon you. This is giving me the feeling that your higher self has been trying to send you the solution, but your inner monologue and like overthinking brain has been so loud that your higher self is having a hard time getting through to you. Look around you. Daydreaming or going within is a healthy way to get clarity as long as you act upon your dreams. Maybe your higher self sent you the solution in a dream like a week ago. You just haven't acted on it yet. But what I do like about this energy is that it confirms that there is a solution to your problem. Things are not bound to be complicated forever. You're not doomed to be in a messy situation with this person forever. There is a way to solve the problem, but it's like the devil's snare. Like the more you fight it and the more you fight and squirm against its grip, the tighter it will grip onto you. I'm also thinking about like I've had a lot of anxiety attacks in my life, and it's like the more you think about like, oh my gosh, I'm getting anxious, you just get more anxious. And so I feel like there's a situation where mulling it over in your head just makes it more complicated, and you have to just like let go. I know it's hard, but like let go and let the solution come in like an epiphany. And there is one. There is one, and when it comes to you, it will feel like, oh, that's so simple, because all it really is following your heart and not stressing about what should I do, but just letting your heart reveal to you
what feels right. I also want to say there's no right answer. There's no right answer other than following your heart. And what you do in this situation might be different than what someone else would do. And that's okay, because it's not someone else's life, it's your life. Like, put your heart first, put your heart's well-being first, and put what feels natural to you first. Okay. So now we're going to get into the Yōkai deck that you guys chose, and we're gonna see a timeline of events that will be unfolding in your love life next. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Empress. We have the Ten of Coins. And we have the Eight of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords. Oh my gosh. So in this deck, by the way, shout out to my friend Angie who made this deck, there's two pairs of hands holding the sword. And I feel like that's you and your soulmate, like holding the sword together. I don't remember if I said this at the beginning of the reading or in a personalized message, but I noticed that I'm using the word soulmate a lot for this group, and that wasn't necessarily the case for the other groups. I definitely feel like with the Empress and the Ten of Coins here, that is a confirmation that who you are manifesting or who you are getting closer to at this time is your soulmate and is your divine life partner. The fact that we have the Ten of Swords before the Empress, like the Empress definitely represents the moment that this love comes in, that this love manifests, that a desire of yours in love manifests. And the Ten of Swords is very much this feeling of mental exhaustion and like, I'm over it. So if you right now are feeling like I'm so over it, which was kind of the vibe that I was getting at the start of this group, you're like, I'm over trying to manifest love. I'm over thinking about when love is gonna come in. Like, I'm so tired of it all. I'm exhausted. Like, forget about it. If you're feeling like that, that is actually your complete moment of surrender. And this seems to be the mental state you're in right before your love comes in. Now, what I am seeing with the Eight of Swords here, I kind of feel like this is all happening in very close succession rather than a spread out timeline, where the Empress and the Ten of Coins represent what's happening, which is your divine life partner coming in, or like getting closer to you. And the Ten of Swords and the Eight of Swords represent your mental state surrounding it. So, you know, before they come in, we feel like this, I'm over it. Like, I'm done trying to manifest this. You may even be feeling like, oh, it's all bullshit. Like, the soulmate stuff is all bullshit. The manifesting love is all bullshit. Like, I feel like you're very tired of it. And after you move on from it, your divine life partner manifests and comes into your life. I want to tell you there's nothing you need to do to make this happen. Like, you who is watching this right now, there's nothing you need to do to make this happen. When they come into your life, I'm interpreting this Eight of Swords actually as like skepticism or apprehension. Now, for some of you, I know like not everybody would have listened to this message, this Three of Swords here, but for some of you, it could be that you are just wary of people in general, in love and dating, because you've seen a lot of people be selfish, like act really nice at first and then suddenly ghost or suddenly become emotionally unavailable. You've seen people be non-committal, wishy-washy. You've seen people hurt others as if it's nothing to them. And so maybe you're just kind of wary of people approaching you in general. So when this person approaches you, and by the way,
They're probably exactly your type physically, or just like very, very gorgeous. Like regardless of their gender, I would use the word gorgeous to describe them. Like just, yeah, very beautiful. So this like beautiful angel approaches you and is like being very sweet to you. Your first reaction could be like, what does this person want from me? Like this person's making fun of me. This person is pranking me. Like, what are you doing? Why are you talking to me? Like, there's kind of that vibe here, or like, I'm not gonna fall for you. Nope, I'm not gonna do it because I know how this goes. Like, you're gonna be really nice to me and then I'm gonna get feelings and then you're gonna ghost me. It's just like what you've seen happen, maybe in your life, or you've seen it happen to other people. And so you're just a little bit skeptical of this person's intentions because they're just like, I wanna use the word like angelic. They're so angelic and like sweet to you and gorgeous and generous with you. And maybe that, this is making me sad. Because it's like someone showing you this much kindness and generosity, it could actually set off like a red flag, like set off an alarm, if that's the expression, because of past experiences where people, you know, were really kind to you and then took advantage of you, or were really kind to you and then suddenly like switched on you. So it's just like, oh no, like you're beautiful. Oh no. Oh no, you're amazing. Oh no, you're so sweet. Oh no. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this. And they're also, I'm looking at these, this is reminding me of like the red thread of fate, the way this person is tied up with the red strings, ropes, whatever. You may get signs from your guides like, this is it, this is your person. And you're like, this person? Are you sure? Me? Some of you may kind of feel, and I'm not saying they are, but you may feel like they're out of your league, or they're just, it's like they're too perfect. They're too perfect. They're too much like your ideal type, that there's almost a part of you that's like, this can't be real. Like, how are you gonna visualize something and then when it's real, you don't believe it? I don't know. I feel like your brain, that was not, I actually understand how you can do that because I've done that too. But I feel like your guides are like, yes, this is the person that you asked for this and now it's here. Like, it's like it's taking your brain some time to catch up to the reality. It doesn't feel real. There's something about this person that feels too good to be true. And it's all of it. Like, it's the fact that they're your type. It's the fact that they are treating you so lovely. But like, isn't that what your divine life partner would be? Isn't that what it would be? Like, if you're wishing and praying for something, you obviously know it exists. If it didn't exist, you wouldn't wish for it because there's nothing to wish for. But then when it's in your life, you're like surprised that it exists. I get it, by the way. I get it. I think your guides are just pointing out the silliness of our human brains, you know? And it's okay. Like, if you're a little bit guarded at first, it's okay, because this person's love for you is constant, and it doesn't ask anything of you, and it will keep, it's like the sun. It's going to keep shining on you no matter what. The sun doesn't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love it. It just, well, it doesn't even care if you love it. It just shines on you. It's like a constant warm ray that will just be shining on you. And if you're wary at first, it will not be offended. It will just keep shining. We have the Ace of Swords too. Maybe there's like the moment you realize there's a distinct moment for each of you that's like, oh, you're the one. And I think that's going to be the same exact moment for both of you. Like this mutual recognition. When you stop doubting it, it happens at the same time when you stop doubting it. Oh, so they're doubting it too then. I didn't think of that, but I guess they are. They may even feel the same way about you. Like, no, like the universe is playing a joke on me right now. It's kind of like a pinch me situation. Can we be nosy about like the circumstances of this happening? Will your higher selves, you and your person's higher selves, reveal anything about the circumstances of this happening? Anything we can know? Oh my gosh, we have the sun. We're just talking about the sun. All I can say from this is that it's likely that you will come together somehow through fun, play, creativity, expressing yourself, or through me making the sun person dive, through diving in to a new idea, but purely for the fun of it. So not an idea where you're like, let's see if this is a good use of my time. Let's see if this is productive. Let's see if I can make money. Not that those are bad things, but I feel like when you dive into a new idea or a new venture just because it's like it's fun and you're excited about it, that's where you'll be when this person finds you. And I feel like you're just very physically attracted to each other. Like you just want to look at each other. You just want to stare at each other. And you probably do if you've already met this person. You probably like have a lot of eye contact and stuff. But yeah, that's what we can see. Hi, so I'm just coming back from the future because I just did your extended reading, but I ended up doing a bit more than what I originally explained at the end of your reading. So I'm just coming back with the accurate list of what was actually in the extended. So we are going to be looking at a spread with you, your higher self, your soulmate, their higher self, your 3D situation and your 5D situation between each other. Then we are going to get a message from your soulmate's human self. Regardless of whether you've met them yet or not, we will hear from their human self and their higher self. And we're also going to see specific time frames, places, as well as any signs or synchronicities to look out for pertaining to your love life. If you'd like to join me in the extended, that's going to be linked down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. There's an option to access just this one reading or all of the extendeds that go up every month. If you are considering oh, and it's a membership. That's how you get all the extendeds every month. If you are considering a membership option, just be sure to read the description of each of the membership levels so you know exactly what you're getting. I'm super grateful to everyone who considers that option. If you're gonna leave the reading here, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And if you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my Instagram, my memberships where you can watch all the extendeds, and you can also watch full-length exclusive pick a card readings for the members. I will link my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release link down below. And thank you so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your higher self, your person, their higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team. Yumi sends you love too, and all of your loved ones, both here on Earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!